Hello people, I am Jaby Koay, joined by Achara Kirk.
Hello.
And we are looking at the trailer to Chhapaak, starring Deepika Padukone. It's directed by Meghna Gulzar. It's produced by Deepika Padukone, Govind Singh Sandhu, and Meghna Gulzar. And it's written by Deepika Chauhan and Meghna Gulzar. We started this over 4 times. We're not doing it again. We're keeping that mistake in there forever and ever. So here we go. This comes out January 10th, 2020. A little over a month away. That is quite scary. 2020 is already upon us. All right, here we go.
निर्भया केस के बाद मालती की कहानी लोगों तक पहुंचाना और भी जरूरी हो गया है। मालती की पीआर की वजह से काफी चर्चित हुआ है ना एसेट का मुद्दा।
कहाँ है मालती?
मालती जी, आप अपना चेहरा दिखाएंगी ताकि पब्लिक को इस हिंसा की गहराई दिख सके।
इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट कि मालती अब सिर्फ अपना नया चेहरा देखे सर्जरी के बाद।
पूरा फोन लड़कों से भरा पड़ा है। इसका केस से क्या कनेक्शन है? पहले बनने तो दीजिए केस मैडम। अब सब कुछ ही रख देगी क्या?
नाक नहीं है, कान नहीं है, झुमके कहाँ लटकाऊंगी?
हम 2 साल से फ्रेंड्स हैं।
अब बाहर आओगी? लड़ना है?
पुलिस के हिसाब से तो आपने बयान दिया था कि मालती आपकी गर्लफ्रेंड है।
मैंने ऐसा नहीं बोला।
सेशंस कोर्ट के बाद हाई कोर्ट, उसके बाद सुप्रीम कोर्ट। बहुत साल चलने वाला है ये केस। शोर की आदत डाल दो।
अटैक उन्हीं लड़कियों पे हुआ जो या तो पढ़ना चाहती थी या पढ़ना चाहती थी।
कितना अच्छा होता अगर ऐसे बिकता ही नहीं, मिलता ही नहीं तो बिकता भी नहीं। आप इंटरव्यू नहीं लेंगे?
हो गया भाई इंटरव्यू। अभी बहुत लड़ाई बाकी है। तुम इतनी खुश दिखोगी तो कैसे चलेगा?
अब खुश हूं तो क्या करूं? उन्होंने मेरी सूरत बदली है, मेरा मन नहीं।
That's gonna be one emotional movie.
Yeah, I know. I was already starting to feel emotional. And do you know the significance of it coming out today as well?
I don't.
For in India, right now it's not yet December 10th, but it will be in a few minutes. But in India, it's already December 10th, which is World Human Rights Day. So they timed it perfectly.
Gotcha.
With that.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I really like about this trailer a lot, though, is that it's not just showing you this devastating thing, this devastating event, this horrific crime that happened to this woman. It's showing you that the reasons why someone might have for doing this are completely asinine.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just obviously wrong without question, right? But then after that, you've got this silver lining, which is beautiful, which is, you know, she's finding other victims and they kind of come together. And then I think what they're hinting at is that she also finds love.
Yeah.
She finds happiness again. She finds joy. And so it's not the end of her life. It's not the end of the world. And so even experiencing something as traumatic and awful as that, it's still not the end of your life. You still have more to look forward to and more that you can do and things that you can help others and you can still contribute as a human being to society. You can still do so much more with your life. It doesn't have to be over at that point, even if, like, I feel like any one of us who hasn't gone through that, if it happened to us, we would literally feel like our life is over. Like, and you see her experience it there.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it goes through the whole range of emotions from, like, her being this happy-go-lucky girl. She's got everything going for her. She's beautiful. She has this awful thing done to her, this acid attack. And then all of a sudden she has to come to terms with her new life, you know, and this new face that she has to get used to. But I think in the end, it just shows just the triumph of the human spirit and also that there's so much more to you, you know, that she's beautiful on the inside as well.
Yeah. I think it's awesome that Deepika Padukone, I mean, not just her, but like, obviously, you know, the first person you see is the star of the movie, right? You're not looking at the writers or the directors, while what they're doing is obviously a big contribution to getting this off the ground and making it happen. Deepika Padukone is lending her face and her talents to this.
Yes.
And I think that that's awesome and it's commendable. It's really, really cool that she would do something like that. She's using her star power to shed light on this particular matter that is so horrific. I remember hearing about this. It's not just like, I didn't even know this happened in India. I know it happens in the Middle East, and I know it's actually something that took place in England a lot. Like people using chemicals and doing acid attacks because they don't have guns, so they're turning to that. They're using chemicals as a means of harming you, and it's like the worst possible thing you could possibly do to someone is like scar their face, right?
Well, I mean, there are some equally or more horrible things that could be done, but it is something that's so horrible because it's basically, I feel like it's basically taking away your power. You know, it's one of those things that you can do to women that makes you feel...
Or anybody, any human.
Yeah, and just makes you feel so powerless, and it's almost like the person doing it is going, you know, see how much more power I have over you, see how worthless you are now. And I love the fact that she comes back and she's strong and she's powerful. You know, that's so important.
Well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if she's able to find happiness again, she's not giving her
attacker,
or yeah, I was going to say victimizer.
Yeah, that's a word.
But she's not giving her attacker the satisfaction.
Exactly.
Because she's coming out the other side. And it's, man, like that's, I never, you know what's interesting is I never thought I would see a story like this. It seems silly to say that out loud, but like I don't think I've ever seen a movie that tells a story quite like this, where you see someone go through this horrific, traumatic thing and then comes out the other side. Like you hear these stories often in the news. You know, you don't ever see it in a movie where someone goes through that and then finds happiness again, finds joy, finds a new lease on life, somehow, like impossibly finds a new lease on life. You always see where it's this awful thing in the news and you see like how they are now and what they deal with and how tough it is, which I would fully expect it to be. But I never thought I would see a story where they find joy again.
Yeah, well, I think we did watch a short film a little while back. I think the girl was an acid attack victim, but I love the way that they did it in that story because she was very positive. And I think that's so lovely to be able to come to terms with your new situation and still be able to find joy and have moments that you feel are worth living for, because like what is life except for, you know, being opportunities to find more joy. And I think that's a great message for anyone, you know, because like you said, we all go through troubles in our lives, and when you go like, okay, well, someone just had a bunch of acid thrown in their face, and if they can come back and be like, I have a reason to live and I'm happy, then what's our excuse?
Well, yeah, I mean, it certainly puts things in perspective. Yeah. I remember, this is gonna sound off topic, but that's just what I do, right? So after September 11th, my buddy at the time remarked about how there was a guy in there who was working full time who was basically paralyzed. He was in a wheelchair, but he was a full-time worker. He died in September 11th in the Twin Towers that went down because they couldn't get him out. But the fact was he was a full-time employed, you know, and my friend had all his faculties, his whole body about him. He's like, well, I have no excuse to not do more with my life if that guy was able to work full-time, even being glued to a wheelchair.
Right.
You know, and it's like, we are so much more capable than we realize.
Yeah.
And that's what this story is emphasizing and highlighting in a way, is that, you know, you are capable of more than you realize at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. And the word I've been kind of dancing around is how inspiring this is.
Yeah, totally. And I think the thing that really upset me in the trailer as well was when they pointed out just like you said, how ridiculous the reasons are.
Right, how many guys are in her phone.
Yeah, like, and like trying to place the blame on her.
Right.
Like, that's not fair. Someone attacked her.
Right.
It's not her fault. It's not her fault that she's beautiful. It's not her fault that guys want to chat to her, that guys want to date her. And so she doesn't deserve to have that thing happen to her. And I think it's important that they're shining a light on this and just being like, that's not cool. We cannot condone this behavior anymore.
Right, it's also trivializing her experience.
Exactly.
Which is like the worst possible thing you can. You're victimizing. You're basically victim shaming first
Yes.
off, and you're trivializing her experience.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing you could possibly do. So yeah, kudos to the entire team here at Fox Star Hindi for deciding to bring the story to life. I think it's a great story to tell, and I look forward to watching it. I think that this is something that needs to be shared, and also like, even just the trailer alone made me feel a little bit better about humanity. Like, even though it's about this horrific thing in the beginning, like the fact that these people are able to come together and they're throwing their scarves or their things up, the sheets, whatever it is that they had with
Scarves,
them.
headscarves, yeah.
I didn't know if there was like a specific term that. So, but like they're all having a laugh together.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh wow, like, all right, cool, life's not so bad.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's the important thing when you're doing something like this, where it has the potential to be so heavy
and dark.
Yeah. Is to find the light, and that's the beauty of life, isn't it? You know.
You guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Do let us know your feelings in the comments below. Be sure to check out Achara Kirk on the social media, Instagram and Twitter and all that, and as well as her YouTube channel. And if you feel like following me on the Instagrams, please do so. And you know where to catch me on Twitter as well.
Yeah.
And subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell icon to get notified every time we drop another video. Check out our other reactions, reviews, short films, vlogs, and interviews. I'm Jaby Koay. This is
Achara Kirk.
Peace out.